Shalom. All glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right. Much love and respect to these men, to the apostles and elders, man, because they have been faithful and loyal to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and to the cause, to maintain Israel's cause, which is to deliver the elect. All right. But peace and salutations to these men. All right. Peace and salutations to the elect that are going to be delivered in these last days by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for being faithful and loyal, holding their integrity. All right. This is Yaakov. Just want to go into a topic real quick. I was listening to a video earlier of Joe Biden, man, just being a devil. All right. Because we already know Esau is the devil, a liar and deceiver. All right. Don't forget one of the traits of Esau, which is what Biden is. He's an Edomite, because Esau's name was changed to Edom, which means red, which goes into a category of things. All right. He loves blood. He loves death. All right. But one of the traits of Esau was that he was a cunning man of the field. And the word cunning goes into being skillfully deceptive. So this man, this fake ass wicked smile, this acting, all right, all these pics that you only have of Biden only smiling, as if he's a cheerful, inviting, trustworthy man. That's all skillfully deceptive. It is a skilled, deceptive trait out of Esau, because the so-called white man cannot feel remorse and sincerity. So, what Esau does is he puts his leaders up and only gives the people delusions that this man can be a trustworthy person. But I was listening to this video earlier. It was put up by a man's account by Rawai La Yasha'Allah Yahweh Shai is coming. It was put up this morning, and it was titled, "Biden Yells at Black Leaders and Tells Them He Won't Do Anything for Blacks and to Shut the Hell Up." And when you listen to this video, it's just you can hear the hate in Joe Biden's voice for the black community. Now, which brings me to this point that I want to get out, man. It led me to want to make a lesson about, you can't forget when you look at these leaders, man. And right now I have Joe Biden, but even the leaders that have that the people of America have looked to for decision makings to make the economy better, to make the life of the people better, to make this kingdom harmonious and peaceful. You got to remember, man, these men were specially, carefully chosen and searched out from the wicked leaders before them and their people, which is Esau. But one thing you got to also remember is these people, these leaders that you look to for answers and for guidance and for safety and security, they have been here on this earth before. All right? They have been here before. And in the lot before that in the life that they played, which in reincarnation, or their past lives, because there is a thing called reincarnation. But when you look at their past lives, which we can't tell you exactly who and what Trump was. All we know is that Trump was a devil. We know that Nixon, who he was a devil. Kennedy was a devil. Abraham Lincoln was a devil in the life before that he lived. George Washington was a devil in the past life that he lived. Every single one of these leaders that you look to as a light, all right, or as a guider, the one to deliver us. What did they say with Joe Biden? He's supposed to be an Exodus. He's supposed to be leading an Exodus soon, right? Well, in their past lives, man, they were just as wicked as they are now. All right? Just They're covering it up right now, is all they're doing. By putting up, because they have the power of the media, all right? Something that they didn't have back in the other ages, all right? They're a modern devil, basically. That's all it is, a modernized devil. And I just wanted to read a couple scriptures to prove that they've been here, because Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man, when they created all things, they created, you know it as a circle of life. There is a repeating cycle of life, and it happens even with human beings. All right. And so that's why I wanted to read in Ecclesiastes, the first chapter. And I'll start at the first chapter, verse 5. It says, "The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to his place where he arose." It goes in a circle, right? Comes back up, goes back, it goes down. But it always comes back, right? It even talks about like the glory of man, how, as the bud of the grass, it buds, but it's burned down by the sun, but another blade of grass will always come back, right? It says, "The wind goeth toward the south and turneth about unto the north. It whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to his circuits." I'm going to jump down to verse 9. It says, "The thing that have been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun." Now we know that. How do we know there's reincarnation, though? Because you go into Hebrews 9:27, it says, "And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment." Now, you get right here. Let me see if I can get it this way. I think that's how you spell judgment. Shoot. How do you judgment? Is that how you spell it? I'm not remembering how to spell judgment right now. Let me try to find it this way. It's in Ecclesiastes. So just bear with me. Actually, this is a second attempt to remake this. Satan, messing with my video. Right there, Ecclesiastes 3:16. So we've read first in. Shoot, let me go ahead and get it again. It says again in Hebrews 9:27, "And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment." All right, meaning they get judged, right? After they die, they get a judgment. Well, let's go right here in Ecclesiastes 3:16. It says, "And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment." What is under the sun? The earth. All right. It's talking about that right there is telling you that you are sent back to be judged again. That's where you play, and when you come back in the reincarnation, the judgment that the Lord puts on you, you play it out in your next life cycle. That's why people be dying of some crazy shit, because they're being judged. They got a judgment. It says, "But again, and moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, which is the earth." All right. So just use your common sense. Okay. All right. It says again in Hebrews 9:27, "And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment." So they come back again to the earth to be judged. But Esau, in this specific case, he's coming back being more wicked, but he's thriving, because you even look right there. All right. It says again in Ecclesiastes 3:16, "And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there." Esau keeps coming back being wicked. And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there, because Esau's ruling and taking out righteousness, right? Because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Which brings me back to my point about what I was talking about. These leaders that you look up to, man, they've been here before. And they were And what you people fail to understand, man, is this you know Winnie the Pooh looking as carrot slash old ass hag. What you don't understand about him, man, is that in his past life, man, he practiced iniquity and wickedness, just like he's doing now. This whole COVID vaccine thing, man, was a device that he imagined along with the elite to push out towards the people because he is a devil just like them. All right. He wants to see the death of many people. It doesn't even matter if it's his own people, but he wants to see the deaths of mainly Jacob. All right. Which is the so called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. But behind these smiles, man, is death. You got that, what is it, in Psalms 55 and 21. But then you got right here, let's see. You got this in, I think it's Psalms. Yep, Psalms 21 and 11. Or it says, for they intended evil against thee. Because right now, everybody's looking at Joe Biden like he is some savior. There was actual campaign, there was some propaganda campaign commercials about Biden before he was being elected, that he was, and it was stating that he was on the front lines of the pandemic of what was it, Ebola, and there was some other pandemic that happened a while back. They said that he was on the front lines battling it, like this dude possessed some type of spiritual power, man. But it was all lies, man. He had no intention. What he was doing was he was gaining your trust, but he was imagining evil against you, man. He was imagining evil against Jake, man. It says, for they intended evil against you, and that's all it was ever for, man. It was intended evil. That's how an enemy works, man. In fact, I'll get that as well. Speak it sweetly. This is Sirach. All right. This is how he got the people's trust. This is how he got Jake's trust. It's how he deceived the world. Sirach 12:16 says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. All right. Everything behind Joe Biden seems to be a bunch of love and peace and, harmony coming out of him, right? But you know that this man has no intention of being lovey-dovey with the people, especially Jake. All right. It says, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. Now we go back to Psalms 21 and 11, for they intended evil against thee. Because all he's been doing is imagining this, man. He is imagining in his heart how to overthrow thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, making it sound like he really cares for the people in the time that we're going through with COVID, right? He's being sympathetic. In fact, in this phone call or this conversation that he had on that video I mentioned on that brother's account, they were saying, Biden apparently, he apparently understands and knows more about the suffering than Jake knows about it themselves. Apparently, he's more black than the black community. He knows about the suffering more than they know. He's weeping with the eyes, right? But if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. All Biden is doing right now, all the elite is doing, Esau is doing, is he's winning the hearts of the people, right? In that conversation, he made a comment. He said that he was the reason why he told these black leaders to shut the hell up was because he was worried about the election with Georgia, with the votes of Georgia, and he didn't want to hear no negative shit because he didn't want to say nothing either that would endanger his election from Georgia. So I mean, when are you people going to understand, man, that this man is about to unleash hell? He's about to show his horns. All right. Let me see something. I guess not, but it was worth a shot. I mean, this man is not your friend, okay? And I had pulled this up in Second Maccabees, man, because I wanted to give an example about these. Nicanor was an Edomite, all right. He was a white man, so-called white person, all right. Back during the Maccabean revolt, during the time of the Maccabeans, all right. This man pursued Jake, all right. But the attitude that he possessed was oblivious to the rule and order of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And reason I'm using it with this is because this man is the same way. Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Obama, every leader of the world acted the same way that Nicanor acted, man. And it got to a point where it said right here, exceedingly proud. And this is why they have these pictures like this, man, because they believe they've won. They believe they're about to perform the intents of their heart, man. All right. Going back to 21:11, Psalms 21:11 says, "For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device which they are not able to perform," which they're in the process of trying to perform it. But we already know the Lord is going to stop it. But they imagined a mischievous device, a crafty scheme and trick over the people, which was to gain their hearts, make it seem like they were like these leaders were really looking out for the people, but they were going to overthrow it into a pit, pursuant to Ecclesiasticus 12:16, right? But there was a part I wanted to get out of here from Nicanor, man. There was a day of the Sabbath, and I believe I'm not going to speak too much on it. I think, Judas, he had overcame Judas, and so let me go to read it in Second Maccabees 2:1. It says, "Never, but Nicanor, hearing that Judas and his company were in the strong places about Samaria, resolved without any danger to set upon them on the Sabbath day. Nevertheless, the Jews that were compelled to go with him said, 'Oh, destroy not so cruelly and barbarously.'" And we're telling Esau, man, go ahead with your plan, man. I mean, but we're also telling you, man, like, stop your shit. We have to warn you, man. We have to tell you, like, what you're doing is wrong. But we know Esau can't repent. We're not trying to get E to repent, nor do we care. And this time, man, we're telling you, like, yeah, you need to stop. I mean, yeah, go ahead and continue, slack it. But there was a warning given to you at one point in time, man. We were telling Esau, man, like, if you just stop your shit, you might be able to turn. But even the Lord said it. Even Yahweh said it to you, man. Back when you were Cain, he said, "If thou doest good, shouldest thou not be accepted?" But your thoughts is to be cruel and barbarous. But even the Jews, or Israel, said, "But give honor to that day which he that seeth all things have honor with holiness above all other days." Which, Esau, man, he never rests in this time, man. He continues to do everything that he wants to do according to his heart and his agenda, and he don't give no honor to the holy days, man. He don't honor anything about the Lord, man. In fact, the scriptures tell you that he have changed the covenants and the ordinances of the earth. All right. It says, "Then the most ungracious wretch demanded if there were a mighty one in heaven that had commanded the Sabbath day to be kept." These devils, man, they have the same attitude, man, that they possessed back. I believe this was in the Greek Empire transitioning to the whole Salakia, man. Transitioning to the Roman Republic, but it wasn't there. It wasn't there yet. This was during the Greek. Oh, Salakia for the choppiness. I said that in the last attempt. It was gonna be a little choppy, but what I'm trying to connect right here, man, is just that the attitude. All right, the attitude brought out by this Greek king. All right, is the same attitude that is possessed in this very same time, man. Because what Biden and the elite are doing, man, is they're pushing their agenda, right? They ain't regarding the days of the Lord, and they're not regarding the princes of this world, which is Israel, the elect. right? And when they said, there is in heaven a living Lord and mighty who commanded the seventh day to be kept, then said the other, and I also am mighty upon the earth. Does not Esau think he is the hammer of the earth? Is he not the one ruling this place? It says, and I command to take arms and to do the king's business. Yet he obtained not to have his wicked will done. So Nicanor, in exceeding pride and haughtiness, determined to set up a public monument of his victory over Judas and them that were with him. Is that not what Esau's doing right now? He's putting up the monument of his victory. How is he doing it? With that crown. Because that's what COVID means. Corona 19. That's what it is, man. A crown. He's crowning his enterprise. He believes he's gotten the victory, man. He believes that he's won. He thinks he's got Jacob. He thinks he's got us pinned up, right? Let me see. I know there's one particular man that I want to get. It's in Isaiah. No. I'm drawing a blank. I'll read the one in Psalms. Psalms 44 and 22. Yea, for that sake are we killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. That's not the one I wanted to get. But there's one where it talks about how we are gathered up like as prisoners. And that's what Esau's doing, right? Right now he thinks he's got us cornered like he had like Nicanor had Judas. All right. He thinks he's got us, barred up, right, in the prison, right? Because you go into Isaiah, man, he would not open the door, the doors of the prison, which was America, right? And but he's trying to crown that. He thinks he got us. He thinks he took the people of the Lord, and he's going to keep them away from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And that was an attitude that's the attitude that was presented in the past. All right, that was the attitude presented in the Greek Empire and all the empires that were ruled by Esau. Man, Esau's always been like this. He's always been exceedingly proud. All right, they've been here before, man, and they're here now, and they're being the same way, man. They never stopped. They're. This is what's going to happen to them in the end, man. This is what's going to happen. Let me see. All right, Psalms 9. Psalms 9 and 15. The heathen are sunk down into the pit that they made, and the net which they hid is their own foot taken. They never learned. They thought maybe in the reincarnation we'll come back and we'll do it right this time. But you continued, you held on to that perpetual hate. You continued to imagine that hate that you had, to where you continued to make crafty schemes and tricks on us, to the same point in time where you became so blind by your own arrogance and ego and pride and wickedness that you think you're going to prevail again. But what happened to you before, man? You fell. All your empires, your kingdoms fell before, right? There's no difference about America, man. America's going to fall hard. In fact, you're going to fall doubly hard. Because again, the heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, and the net which they hid is their own foot taken. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executed, and the Lord is going to be intervening again, just like he helped out Judas. All right? He's going to help out the elect. He's going to help them out again once more. Stop this wicked, wretched, barbarous man from fulfilling his enterprise, and the Lord's going to smack that shit down and set the righteousness back up. It said, the wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget the Most High, which Esau, man, never knew the Lord. All right? This is a kingdom. This is the epitome of a kingdom that does not know the Lord. It says, for the needy shall not always be forgotten. The elect are going to be taken care of, man. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever. Arise, O Lord, let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. And you're gonna realize that after you trip really fucking hard, man. You're gonna trip back into that net, catch your, like when those bear traps. Hey, man, that's what's about to happen. You were here before, man, living the same way that you are now, man, living dissolutely and just reckless. All right, totally disregarding everything about Yahweh Shemashai when he laid down to be obeyed. And you're here again doing the same thing, and it's gonna. This is your last. This is the last stop, though. All right, this is it for you. After this, man, you'll never be here on the earth again, man. So Joe Biden, hey, man, get ready, man. Continue to do what you're doing. In fact, there was news about Joe Biden being in Bermuda, trying to push the vaccine. That's a devil for you, man. He's getting ready. But go ahead and do it, because you know what's next for you, man? A missile or slavery, and then death forever. While the ones that you tried to kill, the ones you tried to take the God gene from, which were Jake's, all right, they're going to be immortal. And you will never be here on the earth again. All right, so with that, all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and honors and blessings to the Akim. All right, the elect that remain diligent. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai Barakatham. Kwame Shalom.